It was rather an irregular meeting between the Labour leader and the leader of the House of Commons, in which Starmer said, look, we want to have a Labour motion. This was against precedent. The chief clerk in the House of Commons advised Starmer that he should not permit it, advised the Speaker it should not go ahead, but the Speaker accepted this personal plea from the Labour leader, and once that had happened, Starmer's political problem was solved.
I've made a judgment on a precedent that's been done before. I have viewed it as that is my ruling, and I'm going to stand by the ruling, and I'm not taking any more pound towards Brendan O'Hara.
This then led to fury in the Commons. So here we have the Speaker of the House of Commons under real pressure. Petition was put down among MPs to get rid of the Speaker. Job is under threat. And what does he do? He goes in front of MPs and says he made his decision because he was concerned for the safety of MPs.
And I apologise to the House. I made a mistake. I have a duty of care that I will carry out to protect people. It is the protection that led me to make a wrong decision.
So this set in motion what the sociologist Stanley Cohen calls a moral panic. There was an immediate explosion of Islamophobic comment that these deranged Islamists were threatening parliamentary democracy. This was unacceptable. They were on our streets. One headline after another denounced these violent Islamists who were poisoning British democracy. So within a fraction of a second almost, the whole narrative has changed. Very expertly done in a way. And these claims by the Speaker, which were based on claims made to him by Starmer, were accepted without inspection. There's no evidence that has been produced. No evidence at all. Nobody's asking for evidence about this. Very illustrative of what may have actually happened was a claim made by Scottish MSP Paul Sweeney about events in his Glasgow office. He said his office had been stormed by Gaza protesters and that his staff had been terrified. Glasgow police gave a very different story. They just said they were peaceful protesters, and all the evidence supports that account of events. Now, 30,000 people have been killed in Gaza, more than 10,000 children. We've seen evidence of Israeli atrocities, and naturally people feel very angry and upset that Britain is supporting the war, not just the British Prime Minister but the Labour leader.
Israel has every right to defend itself.
Israel must have that, does have that right to defend herself.
And we're supplying arms, and it is seen as a national obscenity. People are going to get angry, and not just Muslims, by the way. And so you have had demonstrations outside constituency offices, placards, chanting, I'm sure. But I think it's very important not to muddle up legitimate anger, which is part of being in a democracy, and physical threats, which of course are something else altogether. MPs absolutely need protection from terrorists, but they do not need protection from the British public when they protest in favour of a cause they strongly believe in.